friends! Today I'm sharing with you another homeschool video. If you are new here, my name is Lisa and I am a homeschool mama of 5, and every Monday I share homeschool videos, homeschool content, and on Fridays I share our large family grocery hauls. So today I'm sharing with you guys a little bit about our rod and staff English that we're actually using for this year, for this school year. Somebody had actually mentioned it in a comment, and I was already thinking I really need to do a flip through of this because we are really enjoying it. It's really been helpful, I think, already. It's very simple, and if you didn't know, Simply Classical is part of Memoria Press, which is what we've used for our curriculum for like 7 years now of our homeschooling journey. It is a classical Christian curriculum, and we are using Simply Classical part of it, which is more for students that have like ADHD or special needs or have different subjects that they need to work slower in. And so that has been super helpful for us, where there's more hands-on stuff and less writing. So I've been trying to implement some of that with honestly everybody. So we have been loving the Rod and Staff English, and so I'm going to share the two that we're using for this year in just a second. I'll flip through them for you. Very simple, very easy, and really just kind of showing all my kiddos how to write good sentences. So I am going to share that with you. I have a couple people that struggle with their writing, and it has really helped build up their writing, the Simply Classical writing plan. We are using the English 2 for one kiddo and the English 4. So I'm going to kind of show you what those look like here. So the student's book is smaller, obviously, than the teacher's book, and that's what it looks like. It's called Preparing to Build, and I love that there are so many pictures of children doing so many good things. And of course it is building English, or Christian English. So like I said, it's a Christian curriculum, so they have a kind of a beautiful little opening here, the gift of language and how God gave it to us, and some Bible verses and things like that, and it keeps it pretty simple. So you're going to read this part to them, what is a sentence, and then there's usually some oral things to do out loud, some oral practices, and then they do the practice or the review for that. And so each one does have some beautiful sentences, such as, where is Jesus? Jesus is in heaven. And I love that, that the sentences are good and beautiful in that way. And then it has just this kind of thing down here, and then we have things like down here where it says words we speak and words we write must be true and must be right. And I really liked that. So we've been going through this year, and it's already been just really nice and beautiful, and just kind of, are we speaking words that are right? So it's helping us with taming our tongue as well. So I appreciate that, and I really like that. And then the teacher's manual is pretty similar, but again, it's going to have stuff on the side that it's going to have the answers to stuff probably, down here. So there is a little bit of what you can do as far as a lesson looks like. So the purpose of that lesson is to introduce the concept of a sentence, and you can kind of do this thing here where it kind of gets them interested in what you're going to teach, and then you go on to your class. And so it's really simple, and it's laid out for you, and it really teaches basics of sentences. And then I think, if you can kind of see, there's in the table of contents, is they're learning about sentences, basic building blocks of language, pronouns, another building block of English, meeting more building blocks of English, using our language, building our vocabulary, and then there's tests. So that is what English 2 looks like, and there are tests in the back, and this is the teacher's book, so these are the answers to the tests, just to kind of see if they learned. But usually I don't do the test just because I am working with them, so I know whether they are actually understanding it or not, rather than doing it. But you could go ahead and do the test as well. All right, so skipping up to English 4, because it's okay. So English 2 says second grade. For as far as the level goes, they're not really going by grades. They're going by just kind of what they're learning at that level, and that's kind of how we work best anyways. But you could look at it as level 4, grade 4, however you want to do it. So this one is similar, again, level 4, but this one is building with diligence, and so the boys are doing a little more, they're a little bit bigger, and they're doing a little more laborious type of work in the picture. This one has chapter 1 is subjects and predicates, chapter 2 is kinds of sentences, chapter 3 is nouns, chapter 4 is verbs, chapter 5 is using verbs correctly. Then we've got chapter 6 is pronouns, chapter 7 is adjectives, chapter 8 is adverbs, chapter 9 is, then we have punctuation for chapter 9. For chapter 10, it's prepositions and conjugations. And then chapter 11 is capitalization and dictionary use. So all of the chapters are really, really nice. Again, it talks about God gave us the gift of language. It looks very similar. There's oral drill, so you're drilling stuff out loud or answering questions out loud. You're reading this maybe to them, and then they do the written practice there. So that is how that looks. It's very similar to the English 2 for Rod and Staff, but more in depth, of course. So again, it looks very similar as far as lessons go. So you've got your purpose over here. You're presenting how you're going to present the lesson, and that's just kind of how that looks like. And so over here we've got answers to the written practice as well. So that is how the Rod and Staff English looks. It's very simple. It's going over simple stuff, and I think that it's really, really helping my boys are ready with how to write good sentences, and that is what we really need to work on, because that is key. If you're going to write good paragraphs, you first need to learn how to write good sentences, and some kids need extra practice on that as well. So just work with them at whatever level that they are at, and then just kind of build up from that, and they will slowly build up. But if you kind of try to push them forward when they're not quite ready, then you're going to just cause frustration for you and for them. So I would just say find the level that is going to work best for you. So that is what they look like. And I would love it if you guys subscribed if you want to see more of my homeschool content. And if there's a certain homeschool video that you want to see, just let me know down in the comments. And I would love to chat with you in the comments below.